Hello, everybody. How is everybody? We are live. I hope everybody had a good week. I had a good week. It was a good time. I hope people are here. I'm live. I hope everybody can hear me. Hi, Bailey. How are you? I got some new goodies. We're going to be doing some works in progress. But before we start that, I picked 4 books that I'm currently working in. The fairy tale special picture that we were working in. The Glenda, the Good Witch one. Done. This is what happens when you have too many books. It's always fun. Hi, April Sarah. How are you? We will pick a thing that I'm working in progress with. The nice little Wizard of Oz pic, the Glenda picture. Some of you I know like this picture. Or we could pick the lovely pink and purple jewelry box house that we never finished. It's been good. I'm going to show you guys some new stuff that I got, you guys. I've been doing better since I got the troll not to comment on my videos. I had to ask YouTube to get rid of them. So that's been taken care of, April. So I've had a pretty good week. We've been pretty busy at work, so those who know me. So that's that. That's the jewelry box picture. Here's a very old picture that I started on camera, but I never finished it. I never finished HollyCon, which is a Jasmine Beckett picture. You guys never got to see this one. I never finished. Hi, Tazia. We're voting on which picture that I should color, but I'm going to show you guys some new stuff. And there was a Kirby Rosanna's picture that I started in Metamorphia, but I never got past the mushroom. I never got past this picture. I never got past the mushroom picture. We're delayed a little bit, I see. I never got past the mushroom picture. So, forgive the noise. I have the fan in the background. But let's get to some of the new stuff that I was enabled by certain people to get. But we're going to start with the digital books first. Now, I got some digital books. Now, this was something that Anne enabled. This is called Flowers of Fantasy. I only printed a few pages up from the book, but this is from C.L. Aldridge. This is going to be her color along. This is from the digital because I have the PDF version. And this paper comes on the recollection paper, which is 176 grams. So it's on a really, I printed it out on a really nice cardstock. These are some of the pictures for Anne's color along that she's doing with C.L. Aldridge. I didn't print everything because I would waste my ink, and my mother has a thing with the ink I use. So me and my mother go through a lot of, when we print out stuff, we go through a lot of ink. This is from C.L. Aldridge, Flowers Fantasy. She has a lot of flowers in it. So I only printed a few pages of what's in here. So that was Flowers of Fantasy. This was enabled by Anne. I love Tazia. I love Gloomy. Gloomy makes me laugh. The rest of you do too in different ways, but Gloomy makes me laugh. Then I got a digital copy. I got a digital copy of August Reverie 2 Epic. Now, Now, some of you may have seen flip-throughs of this. I bought this off the publisher, off of Vivid Publishers website. And so I printed some on really good, better paper. I didn't print the full book out because it'll be too many pages. Here's the contents. Hi, Dawn. This book belongs to. So this is from August Reverie 2. I bought this as a digital book. I always like the digital buying PDFs. I am glad you caught me too. Is any of my moderators in here? I don't think any of my mods are here today. So, guys, I just ask one favor. If bad people come in, we have to be careful. So that comes from August Reverie. I think I saw, who did a flip through? Was it Faithful Girl, Belinda did a flip through, or was it Orion's Girl? One of them. I think both of them did a flip through. Now, these pictures come from Pamela Duarte. This book is, okay. Okay, April and Shalene, you are now moderators. So this comes from Pamela Duarte's Vivid Beauty. I bought this on Etsy. I bought this book on Etsy, and I think there's like 25 images. I like buying books in PDF format, but this book is really pretty. Her women are really nice looking. These are really... I love Tazia's videos. These are really pretty pictures. Don't worry, guys. Things always fall. Just don't abuse it, guys. So these are really pretty pictures. I just like the pictures in this book. Like these. So I only printed out a few pictures from each of the 3 digital books that I got because I just wanted to give you guys an example. So now we go to new stuff. We actually go to new stuff. So let's go to the stuff, the supplies first. This was enabled by Miss KP Colors. I saw her do something on the Game of Thrones book, and she did some beautiful work in the book. The artist for the Vivid Beauty was Pamela Duarte. I bought that book off of Etsy. So she has a shop. These were very affordable, actually. I think, what were these, $8 or $9 for 6 of them? And I'm going to go out and, unfortunately, I'll give you, just so you get an understanding. I haven't even touched these yet, so. These you could buy. I saw them on KP Colors channel, and I have something right now drying with my watercolors, so I am practicing using them, but I am using them in the Prima Princesses book because that is a watercolor book, so that book needs to dry. And this is from Kuretake. I left that book downstairs, so. That's the watercolors. Then I got a Gelato Tool Set. Now the Gelato Tool Set, I realized I needed it after I made a mess with the gelato on one of the pictures I was working with in Flowers and Gems. I managed to salvage the picture too, actually. I just had to work really hard on it to get it back to him. I'm looking for the picture that I worked in the background. Actually, this is the picture that I used the gelato in the background for. And what happened was I didn't have a tool set. Gelatos are like this. Gelatos look like this. This is the Bright Mix palette set. This is what they are. So you use them like that. That's a gelato. They don't sell these open stock. So what happened was I didn't have any of these tools at the time. I literally went with the thing, put the chapstick on, and then because I didn't have a paintbrush either and I was downstairs, I ended up having to do this all with my finger. I ended up spreading this with my finger. So that's how come you see the dark lines a little bit. And I got that tip from, I think I saw Dee Dee doing something with it. And then I also used Wink of Stella, but you can't really see it unless I go up with her lips. Oh. They dry pretty fast. So you see I put some glitter on her lips. No. They dry very quickly. They don't stay greasy at all. No grease at all on my hands. So that's why I need these for the gelatos. I just wanted to show everybody the gelatos. So that's that picture. Now, I actually saw these on Artist Jane brush. These are called Essential Monte pencils. Yeah, I had to use my finger to spread the gelato because the thing was I didn't have a sponge and I didn't have the paintbrush, and I had left it and my mother was using the computer when I was working on it, and so I managed to save the picture. So these were enabled by, I have a case for this. So these pencils are only $10, 36 pencils for $10 on Amazon. So I'm just flipping that over. So I've decided for $10 you cannot go wrong. What is wrong if you... I'm only storing them now in here until I get until I find a case I like, because I've run out of colors for cases, believe it or not. Everywhere there's art supplies in my room, so that's so good. And then I got the little magical minis pocket-sized fairy fantasy art, and I am wearing a Doctor Who shirt. My chair makes me look fat, but if you guys really want to see how small it is, I'm just going to put a book underneath it so you guys get an understanding of how just tiny little this book is. This is so tiny, this book. And it has really pretty little pictures in it, like all the little pictures that you expect from a Selina Fenech book. I love fairies so very, very much. This book is so cute, a little baby fairy. If you want, guys, I'll do a flip through of this little book later. I am planning to do a flip through of this little book, but it's going to be hard because the camera doesn't always like doing little books. Sometimes the little thing doesn't go in. So that's that first little book. Now this book I got when I was looking for something else for Halloween. This is called Gothic coloring books, and I must say, I am a little bit disappointed. I'm still having pains in my stomach, guys, so if I hold it, it just is like sometimes if I move wrong, I feel that sharp shooting pain, so I don't know what's going on with it, but it has something to do with what I eat and how I eat it, so. This is just want you guys to get the pit. Can never get this. I bumped into it and then goes all crooked. So this is really an interesting book because it's not what I thought it was when I bought it. It's a bunch of sugar skulls. It's a bunch of skulls. It is single-sided. Hi, Robin. So it's a bunch of skulls. So skulls are cool. Has some other pictures in it, but it's kind of disappointed that this book didn't have more Halloween stuff. It had more Gothic stuff. That's what we'll do. See, it had some interesting stuff in it, but it's not my... I wish I had seen a flip through of this book, because if I had seen a flip through of this book, I probably would not have bought it. I'm good, Imani. You're not that late. I did start a little earlier than... I just think I started like, what, 4 or 5 minutes earlier than I normally would have? So you're not really late. See? I wouldn't have gotten this book, but you know what? If you want a book with large spaces and you want something simple to color, I would recommend this book for something just simpler and easy and quick. Now, because this was on so many people's freaking channels and Facebook. Oops, I shouldn't have used bad language. But this was on so many people's channels that I ended up getting Forest Girls coloring book via third party. It is a Korean coloring book. I bought this off of Amazon via third party. Sometimes, you know, Amazon has Japanese and Korean books, and you can get them for a lot cheaper than what you would get them at 70 East Books, Cool Craft Books, or the people who sell the books on Etsy. So this book was a really good price. I got it for like $24 with shipping and handling. So this is a really cute book. This is just a cute little book. I just love this book. This is such a cute book. You see, they show you the picture here. Hi, Erica. And then you get the picture here. I think this is a really cute book. I know a lot of people who had this book. At first I wasn't interested, but then I started seeing people doing pictures from this book, and I was absolutely amazed at the pictures that people were doing from this book and how cute they were. I will be doing a flip through of this book at some point. I just don't know when. So you know, I like doing little things like this. I don't know if I'm going to tell. Tazia, you should talk. Because you got me, you enabled me on the next book, so don't talk, Tazia. So, this is cute. I like this because they give you the little picture next to it, and then, so, I'll do one more picture. I'm going to end it there. So, Tazia shouldn't. Tazia is an enabler, guys. Don't believe Tazia when she says she doesn't enable, but she does enable. I believe we all enable. Then the book that Tazia and Anne enabled. It just came in, and I was waiting for this book to come in so we could do it. This is It's Colorful Scriptures. Tazia, I'm also waiting on the new Mordell Rubio book, the new Camilla de Erico book. So those are two books that I have pre-ordered. I am also waiting on the new Johanna Basford book. So this Colorful Scripture. I love the paper and the colored books. They're awesome. I even have paper. See, you get all the lovely things. This gives you lovely scriptures and quotes. Yeah, I got the new Zodiac book, yeah. I haven't gotten it yet, but I did pre-order it. See, and this has Bible scriptures in it. I saw Gloomy, and I saw Tazia and Anne coloring it, and then I fell in love after I saw their videos of it. And I also have the Mermaid book. I like this with the two little girls. Okay, guys, so now, I keep knocking over the pan pastels. And sometimes tools can be What is the mythographic? I don't know that one. I don't think I have that one yet on my list of books. Okay, guys, so let's vote on what we're working on today. We're going to either work on the Kirby Rosales book. This is the picture we're working on. The Mythomorphia book. Yeah, Tazia is someone who enables people unintentionally. She doesn't mean to enable you. She just encourages people to buy things. You see, Tazia, I know better. But Tazia does the most wonderful job with her stuff. I love Tazia very much. Or Gloomy. I knew Tazia colors as Gloomy, so I think she's beautiful. So we could do Kirby today. The next one, we work on an old Mermaids picture. We work on an old Mermaids picture. One for Kirby, two for the Jasmine Beckett Griffith book that I never finished. Number 2 for that wasn't meant to happen. Something knocks it in. So we could work on the Jasmine Beckett Griffith one. Okay. Number 1 is Kirby. Number 2 is Mermaids coloring book. Number 3 would be jewelry box. Everybody knows this picture because we did this on the live stream. We never finished it. We can always work on our house. I'm sorry, guys. I just keep that so I remember what colors I'm using. So, to me, it's important to remember what I'm using when I work on a picture. So, my thing is not locking for whatever reason. And I gotta say, it's just... So that's number 3. Jewelry box. And number 4 is what we worked on last week. I'm in heaven, the Wizard of Oz. So, what do you guys want me to What do you guys want me to work on today? The Color in Heaven special, the Wizard of Oz pick, which is number 4. Number 3, oh. So which ones do we want to work on? Guys, give me your number. Jewelry box, 1 for jewelry box. We got jewelry box. Number 1, which would be Kirby. So 1 for Kirby, 1 for jewelry box. Looks like a lot of you want jewelry girl. Potato nose girl? Who's potato nose girl? Is that Mermaids? 2 was... Okay, 1 was Kirby. Okay, Mermaids it is then, guys. A lot of you want Mermaids or jewelry box. Okay. So now that that's settled, it's between mermaid. Okay, so we'll work in Mermaids first, and then we'll work in jewelry box if we finish Mermaids. I need my markers. And my Prismas for this. Sorry guys, I'm getting my pinks. I gotta get my purples. Oh, thank you. Aren't they cute? I bought them in Mexico, these shoes. Hold on. I bought these in Mexico. And they're really, really comfortable. I like them a lot. They're really colorful, and they were like $20-something in Mexico, and they're really comfortable. Sorry, guys. They're really cute. I like them a lot. I'm needing a red. I'm just getting my colors together. And I found out you can work in, even though I was working in gel pen with this, I like working with markers a little bit better since I found out I can work in this book with that. Hi, Charlotte. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Makes me feel better. I don't know why this is not working. My tripod wants to act up, but I think it's because underneath where I live, the train comes in, and if there's just even... I don't really have plans this weekend. I have started going back and working on my book blog a little bit more than I used to. And so... That's what you do. Okay, this is gonna be... Hold on, guys. I know how to do this. I gotta take off the jacket. I have my prismas here. I always take off the jacket. I haven't worked on this picture in a long time, guys. So, you know, when you don't work on a book for a really long time, you forget what you did. I actually have, what I've been doing, because I'm not even sure this is the same color. Yes, it is. This is lavender from your Prismacolors. Oh, Victoria. I'm so sorry to hear that you have to have surgery on your knee. Or your boyfriend's knee, right? That's a terrible thing to have, you know, surgery is a scary, scary thing. Thank you, Tina. I'd done this picture a while ago and never finished doing it because I never got around to doing it. And then I know Tazia next month is having a underwater theme. There's coloring in Christmas in July is going on in July. Tazia is doing an underwater theme. I forget who else is doing anything, but I'm not hosting any color along in July and August. And then in September, I am hosting Sparkling and Serene September, which means it's unicorns and Nicholas Philbert, the artwork of Nicholas Philbert. So let's say you don't have Serene, but you have Fantasia or you have Irene. So if you have one of those books, you can do that. Oh, so it's Aquatic. And Anne is doing C.L. Aldridge, right? Anne? So, wait a minute, guys. I have a lighter pink. I was using it earlier today. I have a lighter pink. I have other markers here, guys. I'm just taking from my blick because the case is so large that I can't actually take it on screen because the case is humongous. So before I actually put the markers down, I have a little piece of plastic on them. Ugh. Something weird actually happened at not my office, but someone actually on Thursday afternoon from one of the other offices, where I work, actually had gone into the hospital, and she had this humongous rash all over her arm. It was like hives, but all over her arm. And I asked, what is wrong? And the doctor said the problem was that these are Dick Blick Studio markers. And I'm doing this on a, and they said, you know what it was? An allergic food reaction. An allergic reaction to something that the woman ate. I mean, you know, don't ever take food allergies lightly because people get really sick and it's scary. I know, I'm not used to the coloring book Nook, but I kind of like it in my head. So, and here is my pink black marker. Victoria, you're a good girlfriend. So my brother went to Hawaii. Well, he's going to Hawaii. And I'm like telling him, is he insane with the volcano? Don't know why that is altering. You know, it's like little vibrations that the train goes and bumps. I'm like constantly having to fix my camera. I don't know why. One of these days I'm actually going to go downstairs and do a live stream downstairs, but I don't have it. The problem is I would have to take the iPad with me and charge that up, and the iPad does not like, for whatever reason, my old iPad does not like the YouTube, for whatever reason, because it's short circuit, so there goes that idea. So this is the pink. Don't worry guys, I will be doing a finished pages for June, because I colored quite a lot of pictures. And I have only 11 pictures left in Flowers and Gems. Sometimes we all need to cry, you know, we're like, why us? Why all these horrible things happen to us? And we don't understand why. But someone told me once, my mother said, it's all in God's plan. Everything that happens for a reason happens because it's God's plan, even though we don't think it is. And I want to show you how little my prismas get. This is aqua. This is light aqua. We all need to cry. So now I'm going in with the pencil. I straight color, and I like to straight color, so don't worry guys, I think I have backups. Where did my little orange thingy go? I keep all my pencil shavings in this, so I keep them in a Ziploc bag if I'm out. If I'm out traveling, then I do the Ziploc bag. As long as I can still sharpen the pencil, it's all good. So then I can't sharpen the pencil. When I can't, sometimes I'll have a pencil that's like this little and then I give up, you know? But I like to keep my pencils so I have no more use of them. My little, really, you just, really. Thank you, Imani. I think everybody in the community is so wonderful in the coloring community. You know, that's one of the things that I really like about this community is that we're all so giving and supportive. And you know, I think a lot of times, you know, people don't really understand it, what coloring really means. Some people find it therapeutic. Hold on, guys. They're in the cabinet downstairs. If you look in the right-hand cabinet. Sorry, I heard some rustling downstairs, so he was looking for the vegetables. Those Monte Mart pencils, I do plan to do a review on them and a demo with those at some point, as well as the horrible diamond-driven pencils. Oh my God, they're so terrible, guys. I had to go so light with them, and then I had to build up the layers, and I'm like, I can't even put light pressure on these pencils because they're so hard on my hands. So the diamond-driven pencils are the worst pencils I've ever colored with. I'm not saying something. Okay, we take my red marker. Really? That's weird. You know, YouTube sometimes does that, and I think it's something with the algorithm. I don't think it's your fault. It's like Twitter. Twitter did that once to me, said I wasn't subscribed to several people that I used to be on Twitter with. So. And guys, I want to thank you all for subscribing to this channel. You know, I remember when I started, I was kind of nervous to show my colorings, thinking they weren't as good. You know, I think when we first start, we all think. See? It's a nice little red. But I'm going to focus on another area to give it time to settle in and dry. Go back to my blue Prisma. Ah, I found my extender. Let's make my life true. Let's put the pencil in the extender. See? You can use an extender. I'm going to do something that I normally wouldn't do, but I'm bringing them in. Going to use them Annie knows what these are. I got this one actually. I think this actually came with something else I bought. Oh, this came with a cheap set of pencils I bought a while back, this extender. I forget what I did. Yes, Holbeins, my pastels. Very This I remember I had gotten this from some other thing, and then I ended up using this full time because for whatever reason I find things when I'm not looking for them. Like I just recently found my Inktense pencils. When I wasn't looking for them, I was actually looking for an extender when I found them. This butterfly is going to have a weathered look to it. I love Holbeis. Holbeis are awesome. I think I'll do this pink. I think I'm going to make that part red. I thought I was going to... I mean, to me, Holbeins, I definitely want the 150 set of Holbeins, but it's going to take me a while to get them, so I may not get them right away, but you know what? I'm okay with what I have now. And I think someone did a, who was it? Color with Claire, I believe, did a conversion that you can get the same effect with Holbeins that you can get with Prismas. Play with your other pencils before you go for Holbeins, because the other pencils will teach you a lot of different things. And I'll tell you something, guys. I got these at Comic-Con. These are what you call Blackwing colors. I'm not loving these at all. I don't like these at all. They're not comfortable. They're smooth, but they're not comfortable at all. What did they do? What did they get? I wasn't pleased with these. These were not as well. My thing is, if I can't buy the set, there's two things I do when buying pencil. Can I get them open stock? If not, can I buy them online as sets? You know what I mean? It's all to me. Can I buy them at a reasonable price? Someone goes, what is reasonable? You know, reasonable depends on the person. What's reasonable to everybody else? I don't have acrylics. I just started using watercolors, so I have very few watercolors right now, but I plan on buying more later down the line. But I just want to play with the basics before I go into more advanced stuff like acrylics and other things. I've seen people do amazing work with acrylics. Dee Dee does amazing work with acrylics. I like the artisan deli pencils. Tess, it's just practice. I've had a lot of budget pencils. I've had a lot of expensive pencils. I like the artisan pencils for a lot of things because I'm heavy-handed. And if you're a heavy-handed person, artisans are great. I like the Schiffer Farbens because they work very well in my romantic country books. I don't say to one medium when I color, as you see here in this picture. And what I'm using right now is a Cali Art marker. Depends, different places. Also, where else you guys should check? Zulily, Wish for cheap items. Because every once in a while they sell some things there. So keep an eye out there at those places too. Because sometimes those places have deals for items that may be a little bit more expensive on Amazon. Anne was the one who introduced me to these markers, and I love the Cali Arts. Really do, because they're very affordable. The only thing that I don't like about Cali Arts is that when one goes bye-bye, you can't buy it open stock. Like in my Dick Blick, if one goes bye-bye, I can always buy it open stock. But they're like $2 a marker to buy open stock Dick Blick markers, so I'm just saying that not everything is cheap, so. So now we're going to take out another purple. For what did you do for $24? Oh, the artisans. Check other places out too besides Amazon. Amazon's good for general things, but check places like Wish, Zuzilli. Also, guys, if you can get the Honey Shopping app installed on your desktop, do that because sometimes that'll alert you to a deal that's on your list that you write down on your wish list. That helps you find coupons and things that are cheap. That's how I get a lot of my items. Guys, I only have the pastel set of Holbeins. I don't have the full 150. But I must tell you, the Holbeins are working really nice on this paper. And it's like, you know what the problem with getting stuff shipped to Canada and is? It's the customs that is making it hard for people to ship. And then the salespeople, like June, don't want to deal with it, the customs. So that's why a lot of people are now not shipping to Canada. It's prohibitive. Because what I've heard about Canadian shipping from various people who live in Canada is that you buy the stuff, you ship it to Canada, but when it comes to the imports, you have to pay another fee on top of whatever you've already paid. So it's like paying double for some stuff. That's the problem with Canadian shipping. So for the Canadians, it's hard to get stuff. I've been actually using my Holbeins more on camera than I used to. But they really are a great pencil, and I will definitely be, after my next few orders, probably not be spending as much because I'm trying to get Holbeins. So those are going to be a big item for me to get. And I just bought Comic-Con tickets about 2, 3. What are you using, Victoria, right now to color? Because different pencils have different vibrancies for them. You know, different pencils, different people like different pencils for different reasons. Are you hard-handed? Are you heavy-handed, light-handed? Do you suffer from any arthritis? Everybody's different with pencils, you know, because depending on what you use them for. I'm heavy-handed and I like my Prismas just because there's so much different colors and different shades. But I also like my Holbeins because they have a lot of pigment in them. Then you're definitely going to like the polys. I'm not too sure you're going to like Prismas because Prismas require you to have a lighter hand, and I didn't know this when I started. Because now when I do layering of skin tone, I go lighter with my pressure. So it helps me with my layering and my blending and things like that. Before I wasn't doing that. And this is another Holbein, and this is Wisteria. What are those? I've never heard of Curie Colors Fine and Brush. Oh my God, Mary, are you okay? That's terrible. Anne is like a marker guru. Like, Anne knows a lot more about markers than anybody else. You know, terrible things happen. Did I ever tell you the story of what happened with my tree when I lived in Brooklyn? Now, I used to live in, when I was younger, I used to live in Brooklyn. So, you know, and at this point I had a little Shetland sheepdog. You ever see Lassie? Now imagine Lassie, 15, 16 pounds, a very small little dog. So I'm coming home one day from walking the dog. Then all of a sudden, I get in the house, and all of a sudden I hear this loud thud. It was like a thunder coming out of nowhere. And next thing I know, the big tree that was in front of my house smashed the car, went down onto my garage. Thank God my uncle wasn't home. Yes, Shelties are really cute, Ann, but they're very high energy dog. My dog was barking and barking when she heard the thud. But all of a sudden I went out and the tree had fallen all over and some poor man's car was wrecked. I mean, the whole roof was smashed in. This is when I lived in a house in Brooklyn, you know. And my grandfather was still alive, and even he was shocked because that had never happened. And I tell you, this tree was like huge, so you can imagine how much. But it was an old tree, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of those trees that you never thought would come down. I guess the roots went bad, you know. So thankfully, I was inside the house. If I had waited like 2 minutes, if I had come in the house 2 minutes later, or 2 minutes later, basically, I would have been crushed. Me and the dog would have been crushed. So sometimes things happen that you're not prepared for. So. What's New Mexico like? Dry, desert? Just curious. You know, it's just weird how things happen, Victoria. I've had very weird things happen to me in my life. And I always say to myself, I think God is watching over me in weird ways. You know, Robin, before I moved into this apartment, I had had my dog for about 7, 8 years. I think it was about, what was it, 3, no, it was about 2 months before I moved into this place that I'm living in. And the dog, my dog, wasn't feeling very well, so I took her to the vet, and several vets actually, and I ended up in the animal hospital because nobody could diagnose what was wrong to with my dog because she wasn't moving. And I loved my little Shetland. I named her Belle. Yes, my Shetland's name was Belle. So, of course, they told me what was wrong in my dog. My dog had throat cancer. Now, I didn't even know my dog had throat cancer, and it was very sad that day because I cried like a baby when my dog died. Because, you know, the dogs become part of our family. Our animals become like they're part of us in a way. And I loved my little dog so, so very much. But you know what happened? Because I don't think my dog was ever properly diagnosed, and nobody told me that my dog had throat cancer. Of all the things for my dog to have had. And you know what? She ended up the throat cancer had actually metabolized. They said so it exploded in her neck, which was making her breathing difficult. And my dog passed away that day. I was bawling like a baby because I loved my dog. I didn't want another dog because I felt like that was disrespectful to my dog to get another dog so soon. I was just, it was just horrible to think that my dog died like this. And this was many years ago, but still, I loved that little dog. She was adorable. She was such an active little dog. And I liked going out with her. I met people. You know, we don't realize that our animals become part of us until we lose them. It just really is upsetting when a dog or a pet passes because you feel like that it's part of your family that has just passed. This is R607 and this is Aubergine. So it's just really hard when a pet dies. Yeah, well, I loved my little dog. My little dog was such a good little dog. You know, it was actually a blessing I had my dog when I had my dog because, my grandfather was still alive and he wasn't in great health at the time and he was starting to get dementia. And so when we got the dog, we didn't realize at the time that the dog was going to be a companion for him since he was homebound. And my dog, if we had to go to work or we had to, how do we say this? If we had to go to work, there was no one really to take care of the dog. So my dog and my grandfather, um, kept each other company when we were not around. So they actually were very good for each other, the dog and my grandfather. And what was funny, he called the dog Stinky. The dog's name was not Stinky, but he didn't care. I like coloring with the tip of the marker. I don't really get to use my markers too often. So, it was actually a good thing that the dog and my grandfather actually bonded. And they liked each other. So, in my mind, I think they were very good for each other. It's like that bird song, for everything there is a time and place. Some of these are so tiny. Oh, thank you, Monte. I think for all the things that we do, we don't realize how much our fur babies. I don't have a fur baby right now, even though I really want one. Having a fur baby, and I say this to anybody who's ever owned a pet, God bless you, because having a fur baby is a lot of work. You know, You know, we love all our babies. We do, even if they get us a little mad at times. You know, they're special to us because they become a part of our families. You know, they become part of us. Oh, Alicia, that's terrible that he took you that the dog away. Renee, animals do because they're just. It is a wonderful thing to have a pet. Thank you, Renee. I really like this image. You know, I didn't get to finish it, and it's always like, you know, sometimes you put pictures away when you're done with the book and you don't even realize it. Like, I have an old picture here, and this was when I first started coloring, and I have never finished a picture. This is one of my earliest pictures. It's one of my earliest works in progress. I have not finished this. I have actually been working on it again, and I'm almost actually done with working in this book. This is one of my earliest pictures. I just have to do the greenery. This is from Daria's Songs. All I have left to do is this part of the picture. This was one of my earliest pictures. It is from, what is this from? Hold on, this is from the Time Garden. I only have that left to do. It's really hard because I have a lot of nice pictures in this book. This is the Time Garden. Would you guys like to see what I've done in this? Because I haven't really worked in this book in a while, and I was going through my books, and I recently went through this book again. So this is an early book of mine. It's one of the first books I ever colored. As you can tell, the pages are coming out of it. I think I only had a few prismas at the time and maybe a few fine liners. The paper is coming apart though. It wasn't coming apart before. For whatever reason, when I deem to show you something, it comes apart. I think I was learning my fine liners too in this. See, and this is one of my other pictures. This I worked on with color sauce. These two pages I worked with color sauce and prismas. I had just gotten my color sauce when I started working on this picture. So I was working on that. It's one of my oldest books. And it's a book that I think I might work on again. See, this is some of my early work. No, you sometimes look back at your work and say, maybe I should have done that differently. Sometimes you find old books in there. I had a fascination with browns, purples, and yellows in this book, obviously. They're different, they're thicker. You know, this is an old book, you know, it was me learning how to use my pencil, so it's something that's different. And also, this is the first time I was using glitter gel pen. It was the first time I used the glitter gel pen, as you can tell. Then this one I went through so many different mediums. I think I used Prismas, gel pens, fine liners, gel pens. This in this book. This is some of the stuff that you can do with color sauce. This one was color sauce and Prismas. And some fine liners. I haven't looked at this book in a while. This took me a while to do. I did like this picture though. I liked how this part came out. This took me forever to do. Remember, because I was trying to do the flowers in different colors. Oh my god, makeup tutorials sometimes make me laugh. You know, this book actually, I go back at this book, and this book actually helped me learn a lot about what not to do and what to do in a coloring page. And then this was the flowers. One big page. There were a lot of double page spreads in this book. And then we're on this page. Eye crease. What is an eye crease? And then there's this picture, which we're working on. And we're going to finish this very shortly, so I will put this up on the gallery in the Facebook groups. It's one of my old pictures, so. Then we'll work back on this one at some point. I did, and I haven't worked in it in a really long time, and it's funny because I was going through the books that I wanted to go give away, and then I saw this book, and I'm like, where did this come from? Because, you know, sometimes you have to look at a book to understand that not all books are created equal. Black Widow, Ladybug. I did do a lot of pictures in that book, Anne, but that book has a lot of what we call double page spreads. At some point, I'm going to go back into that book and do some more pictures in that book. Kind of got in the mood again to do that. Hi, Carly. Hello, anybody joining us? I just have to sometimes touch my phone to make sure that my phone's not overheating. I have a lot of my pencils all over my bed. Because sometimes when I stream, I have to take things off my desk. Oh, we did this a long time ago on another color and chat video. This was what people voted for me to do, so. They're nice. They're smooth. I definitely would buy them again. That's how much I like this, the Black Widow set. I would literally buy them again. They're smooth, they sharpen well, they work well on most paper. I haven't met a paper yet that doesn't like the Black Widows. Thank you. See, it's funny, it comes out different, and sometimes the skin tones come out different in the camera than they do in real life. No, then we're going to go back into the... That's fine, but you know, sometimes I like to try new pencils because that's how I... Actually, believe it or not, trying new pencils gets you in the mood. You learn new things trying new pencils. Not always, but some pencils are easier to use than others. Yes, this is from Jasmine Beckett Griffith's. Why can't you get them, Charlotte? Are you in Canada? That you can't get them? So for this picture, we've used Prismas, Polys, Holbeins, gel pens, Black Widows. Oh, they aren't making one anymore. The Schriftfarben's? What do you mean they don't sell them anymore? Oh, I'm lucky then that I bought a second set when I did, if they're not selling them. I'm really glad then that I bought a second set of the Schriftfarben's when I bought them if they aren't selling them anymore. That's a good thing because I had bought a second set when they first, you know. I particularly like the Schiffer Farmers because they work really well in the romantic country books. This actually goes with Gloomy's aquatic theme. I don't have feelers and heroes, so I wouldn't know about that test. So, you know, I can only comment on pencils that I've actually used. My Cali art markers. You know, you can only comment on what you've used and have. What were your Anne? You did a series of budget-friendly pencils. What were your favorites? I like the Artesas. I like the Delis. You like the Sergeant Supremes. What did you like about them and the Sergeant Supremes? Were they creamy? Missed a little bit of white. Don't like when I missed a little bit of white. See, that's what I like about the Triffer Farbins. They may not be soft, the Triffer Farbins, but what I like about them is that they lay down really nice color in the romantic country books. And they go well with other pencils. Oh, Cassie, I'm sorry to hear that you're having a rough day. You know, things do get better. Why did this green come out of my thing? Oh. A whole bundle go there. They're just gonna make a green little mountain here. There's a little thing here that reminds me of grass. Don't know why, but I think it would make a nice little grassy knoll. Oh, oh, no, that's not. See, I don't know why that happened. Mary, I'm so thankful that nobody was hurt. And you know, and something that I will say to people here, if you get an expensive product like a Holbein Prismas or Polys, you don't use them, I think that's a real shame because you should use your pencils. Otherwise, what is the point of getting it? Happy birthday, Cassie. Everybody, it's Cassie's birthday. Thank you, Tazia. I like the picture a lot. Oh, guys, remember to give my video a thumbs up. It helps with the, if you like this video. And I have picked up a trick or here too from other colorists, you know, and the one thing I love about the community is how nice everybody is, how generous everybody is. That's right, and it helps with the suggested videos. Cali art marker. This one is a little tricky because the lines are a little finer on this one. And this color is R607. I've never been to there, so I would be highly skeptical of anything. Yeah, well, and I'm gonna probably be giving some pencils to my nieces. I'll probably give the diamond driven pencils to one of my family members because they're so terrible to use. I've started to give away coloring books because I have way too many. My niece, one of my nieces wanted my drum manga. Hi, Elizabeth. I don't have a dollar store by me, Anne. I have a Michael's, a TJ Maxx, some Blick stores, and I have stores like Century 21. That's a nice, this is a nice pink. We're gonna take rose petal. Mm-hmm. Really, Anna, my Blick is, even though we have Blicks, I have to go like take a train to get to a Blick. So if I'm coming home from work and I need a supply, Then I go, you know, take the train to a Blick. So I'm very lucky. I have like several in the city that I can go to. But I like to go to the one on Bleecker Street in the city because that one is like the flagship. So that one has everything. Like they're one of the only places that I can get Prismas open stock because some of the Blick stores have stopped carrying Prisma pencils open stock. Which 72 set, Tazia, of pencils? Because I buy a lot of my pencils on Amazon and then I buy open stock. Well, you know, the good thing, you know, in New York City, we have several colleges of arts and art students. So I think where the locations are for the Blick stores is really fun. There's one off of 14th Street and 12th Street, but there's three art stores. There's three schools there. There's the new NYU has an art center there. There's the Parsons School of Design off there. No problem, Renee. I think a lot of the companies are owned by the same people, so. So that's blue there. Take this green here. Oh no, Tess, that's terrible. Sorry to hear that happen to you. Just making sure. I think we'll color this leaf. And guys, I just want to color the little. What happened to my little pen, my blue pencil? It's funny, Anne. You have no get up and go. My mother actually came home for lunch and brought home lunch, so I was very happy because I didn't have to go out and get lunch. I was very happy that I got a whole bunch of new goodies. I was hoping we would finish one side of the picture, but I can't believe we have 2 hours. I've been on almost 2 hours, I think now. Maybe a little longer. Oh, and Anne, because you came in late, I did manage to print out some pictures. I did buy the C.L. Aldridge book in PDF form, Flowers of Fantasy, because it's for your color along. So, to me, I would buy the whole set because I think it's worth it. This is the Flowers of Fantasy coloring book that the CL printed out some pictures from it. I really like this picture from C.L. Aldridge. So I did do that. So. And Anne, what is the sign of a juicy marker? Yep. See, there it is, juicy, Anne. Make sure I don't get any of my spots. Okay, guys, this is where we will finish the stream. Thank you guys so much for coming.